Shut up and sit down.
Oh, hello and welcome to a no-file side-by-side video. You can see on my bench here, I've got laid out a few bits and pieces. I've got a chunk of wood. I've got a handsaw. I've got a power drill with a drill in it. A pencil and another piece of wood that I'm going to use as a straight edge. And what I've used that for is to go from corner to corner and put a pencil line. That's just a random block of wood that was found in the garage. It's an offcut from something. And I'm going to make something that's safety related to do with your car. I'm going to cut this down that line to create two triangle shaped pieces of wood. I'm going to put a hole in here and a hole in here. I'll show you what the holes are for after I've cut the wood. But before I chop it up, I'm going to drill the holes because it's easier to hold as a piece of wood that's rectangle. It's just a random piece of wood. Let's get a measuring stick. Let's measure that piece of wood to give you some ideas of size. It is approximately 3 inches across there. Doesn't have to be this size. And this is a 6-inch vernier. So we've got 6 to there. And we've got another 1.5 inches there. So it's a 7.5 inches in length. We've already said it's 3 inches that way. And it's roughly about 5 inches in that dimension. So let's put the vernier away because I don't need it again. That's just to give you some idea of the size of wood I use for this project. I'll drill the holes and I will show you the holes drilled, and then I'm going to cut it down that line and I'll show you what I'm making. And then you will realise once I've made it why this is something everybody should have in their cars as a safety item. And as soon as you see what I've made and why I've made it and what they are, you will totally understand. So I'm going to drill the holes and I'll show you when I've done it. Right, so I've got my DeWalt 18 volt brushless drill with a 10mm drill in it. And we're going to drill a hole there and we're going to drill a hole there. You don't have to put the wood in a vise. I've just chosen to put it in a vise because it makes the job easier and safer. Because if the drill snags, that piece of wood's going to go spinning around and it could injure you. So if you're going to follow this, try and put it into some sort of clamping device. If you haven't got a vise but you've got a G-clamp, G-clamp that piece of wood to a bench or something secure. Time for drilling holes. The position of these holes, not important. Try and get them through the middle. The hole doesn't have to be square. First hole. You could use a power saw for this, a bandsaw, anything. I've chosen to use a handsaw. So there is my two angled pieces of wood. Now the holes will make sense, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them two holes. This is what the holes were for. To fasten the two blocks together. You can use anything through these holes, a piece of rope, anything. What I've got to do now is join the two ends together. So I'm not going to fasten them together. Then I will show you why and what these are for and why I've made them the way I've made them. So let me fasten that together and I'll show you what they are. Then you'll realise why I call these a necessity in the boot of your car as a safety item. Right, this is what I've made. They are wheel chocks. And the reason why they're on the wire is because no car is fitted with the same size wheels or tyres. That is all I've made them for. Why do you need them in your car? It's really simple. You get a puncture and you've got to jack your car up. Yes, you can leave the car in gear if you've got a manual, or park if you're in an automatic. But my MR2, being rear engine, rear wheel drive, and the handbrake is on the back wheels, I've got no way of chocking them front wheels when I jack a wheel up. I might have the handbrake on. There's nothing stopping these wheels from moving. That is what I made them for, the MR2. I've also got a set in the Yaris. Because in the Yaris handbook it says, when changing a spare wheel, changing a wheel if you get a puncture, you must chock the wheels. So I've chocked this front wheel, driver's side. That means now I can change the passenger side front or the passenger side rear. Because technically I should still have one wheel on the floor with the handbrake on, but that's only one wheel if I'm doing a rear. Two if I'm doing a front tyre. This is just safety. Imagine I have to jack the whole rear of the MR2 up. What's going to stop this car rolling off the jack? Nothing. You're totally reliant on one of these things, or the stupid scissor jacks you get with modern cars. I finished with them. I want them out. They're done. That's it. Pull them out. I can store these now. If this is the set for the garage, I can hang them up. I know where my wheel chocks are. But because I've put them on a piece of cord, these will do multiple size wheels. You might be doing a car with 10-inch wheels, so you can adjust the spacing. You might be doing a car with 16s, 18s, 20s, even up to 22s. You need to work out how long that needs to be to get a chock in there and a chock in the back. That's all they are. Simple, homemade wheel chocks. No need to go and buy a set of expensive wheel chocks, because all you'll get is 2 plastic chocks and no way of keeping them together. These won't go anywhere. I can't lose one chock because they're together. That's why I make my own things. I can make them how I want them. So if you're looking for wheel chocks, piece of wood, drill some holes, cut yourself a ramp on them. I've used electrical cord because it's nice and chunky and I can grip it. You can use a piece of rope. Does the same job. But because this is wire, it slides easy on the hole. A piece of rope could bind, so that's all I've used. Piece of 2-core cable. It's just a piece of scrap cable I've had lying around the garage. What's this cost me to make? Other than probably half an hour, if that. A handsaw, a power drill, piece of scrap wood, some scrap cable. They will work as well as any shop bought wheel chock. That's all you need, people. Don't go waste your money. If you haven't got the skills to do it yourself or haven't got the tools, anybody with a bit of woodworking skill or with some tools can make these. So simple. These will be featured in a video that's upcoming on the channel where we talk about the procedures and what you have to do and how to change a wheel on your Yaris Hybrid. But that equates to any car on the planet. And we'll be using a set of wheel chocks exactly the same as this, and it's the set I've got in the Yaris. I've made these tonight so you could see the process. So now I've actually got 3 sets of wheel chocks, so I can actually now chock 2 wheels on any of my cars that I choose to, if I so choose to do it. I'm going to keep this set in the garage. I've got a set in the MR2. I've got exactly the same in the GR Sport outside. Simple, easy, anybody can make it in the workshop with the bare minimum of tools. A saw, a power drill, pencil to mark it, bit of wood to make a straight edge, my case pair of pliers to cut the wire. Simple, simple, simple job. Thanks for watching.